Am I audible? Okay, so let's just wait for 5 minutes more and then we'll start. Okay, so let's start. Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to discuss about some Nmap scans which can be very helpful for beginners uh, when they are going to solve CTFs from Vulnhub and Hackerbox, etc. So what is Nmap? Basically, Nmap is a free open source tool for vulnerability scanning and network discovery. Right? This tool is usually used by penetration testers and network administrators to scan the ports that are open and get information about the vulnerability if exists. Right? So we can use Nmap to monitor single host or large network that consist of even thousands of devices with multiple subnets. Right? Later on, we'll see how to scan these uh, targets. Okay. So, what Nmap does and how it works. So, basically sends requests and listen for responses, and on the basis of that, it gives output whether ports are open, whether ports are closed, or whether ports are filtered. I'll show practical demonstration and I'll show what is the meaning of open, close, and filtered. So basically, filter is here. Uh, we get when some firewall is implemented to protect from these kinds of scans. Right. So now, if we talk about programming languages on which Nmap is written, so when it was first introduced, it was written in C++ language, but later it's been extended with C, Perl, and Python. So let's just start with Nmap. Let's see what version we have right now. So we type Nmap dash v, and as we can see it's going as we can see it's 7.8 version we have right now. So let's just check its help menu, that what options we have for scanning targets. So for that we just need to type nmap dash h, which will open help menu, or we can also type dash dash, going to do same stuff. So as we can see we have various options. I'm not going to discuss every option, but I'll be discussing those options which are required to solve CTF challenges stuffs and all, right? So we can see Nmap 7.80 version we have, and here we can see how we can use this to scan target, right? So first we write Nmap, then scan type, then options, then we are going to set target specification. So what target specifications are, like we can pass host name, IP addresses, networks, etc. stuffs, right? Uh, Examples we can see, what we can pass here is we can just pass simply URL like nmap.scanme.org, or let's say we are scanning google.com, right? Here dash 24 means scan the whole subnet. I'll discuss it uh, very soon. So we have first dash IL flag, right? So what it does, it is going to scan all list of IP addresses from file. Let's suppose we have a file which contains 5 to 10 IP addresses, and we are going to scan all addresses simultaneously, and we don't want to scan it one by one, so we'll just put it in a file and we'll write something like nmap space dash il space file name, and it is going to scan the complete host which are present in the file. I'll show it how to do it. Then we have dash ir. It's just used for fun, like it is a random, scan it will scan random IPs in the network range in which we are going to perform scan. Like we can choose 5, 10, 15, whatever the network range we have, it is going to scan those random IPs. Then we have option like hyphen hyphen exclude. This is used to exclude IP address from the range. Let's suppose we are going to scan complete subnet. Let's suppose we have IP range like 192.168.52.132, and we are going to scan complete subnet except one IP address, that is 165. So what I'll do, I'm going to scan the complete subnet excluding dot 165. So I'll put dot 0 dash once sorry 255, since we know it allots range from 0 to 255. And then what I'm going to do, I will exclude hyphen hyphen exclude, and I'll write that IP address 192.168.25.165. So it's going to exclude this IP address and it's going to scan this. Of course, we will use in front of it, and it's going to scan this. As we can see this green button, I have Metasploitable 2 up and running here, so I'll be scanning all ports and doing all practicals on this Metasploitable 2 machine. So we have host discovery. So dash SL is used to list scan. It is simply list target to scan. So then we have dash SN. Dash SN is basically a ping scan. It it will turn off the Nmap scan and it will simply do ping scan first. It is generally used for scanning large targets, like if we are going to scan this complete whole subnet. So first, this is going to take hell lot of time. So first we should know that how uh, sorry we should know that which IP address is up, so that we can perform Nmap on those IP addresses. So for that we are going to use -sn flag. Okay, then we have -pn flag. It is used to scan if host is protected by any packet filtering softwares or firewalls. And then we have important flag, this -h. It is used to perform stealth scan. -u, it is used to perform UDP scan. And then we have this XMS scan. This is very noisy scan. And then we have -p used to specify port ranges. Like if we are going if we are going to scan random specified ports, like I just need to scan port 22 and port 21, let's say. So I'll just type nmap space -p to specify port, which is we're going to scan 21 and 22, and we are just going to put our IP address, that is whatever it is, let's say 192.165.87.50. So now what we have next, we have sc scan -sc. This is going to enable default script, and it will default script, like it is going to enable script for SSH, for FTP, for HTTP, and for MySQL, etc., etc. And that is it is going to scan all those ports for the vulnerability, and it will give us. Okay. Then we have OS scan. If you want to know what operating system our target is running, so we'll put -o for complete OS scan. Then we have timing and performance. So this -t 0 to 5, we have from 0 to 5 second, 0 to 5. This is nothing but timing template, how intense our scan is going to be, right? So generally t0 is very slow and t5 is considered to be very fast. So usually we use like t3 or t4. Okay, so now we have min rate and max rate. So min rate and max rate, it is used when we are going to define how much packets we are going to send per second, so that the server may not get harmed, or whatever host we are scanning uh, not get, like, to protect from DOS attack, basically denial of service attack. And I'm not going to cover this firewall evasion and spoofing. Okay. So this is output -o. We used to keep it scan in file, right? We have multiple options like XML, normal, it has. So here is example how we can use nmap scan. Nmap -v, and -a for enabling OS scan, and then we'll use that host name, or we can specify address. So let's just see some practical demo how we can use this stuff. So I have metasploitable tool, you can see it up and running. You can log in it in this default ID and password, and we are logged in. Vulnerable is directory. Not able to move my cursor in this. Let's just scan this and see what output we get. So the first scan we have seen that Nmap. They simply will put IP address. So how do we get IP address? We have a command for scanning local network, that is scan dash l. We have to be able to see first, not the first one. Okay, I'm really I was typing not working. So as we can see, this is our IP address .170, because .1, .2 and .254 is assigned for this VMware network, and so this is our IP address. Let's just copy. And first command we are going to use, as you can see, as soon as I enter this, I got some result, which is all ports are in open state, and what services they are using. 21 is using FTP, SSH, Telnet, FTP, domain, and all this stuff. So second command that we can use, we can get more verbose output by using flag like dash a. It lots of result that how is going to discover. So this called thousand total. Uh, for scanning, for scanning multiple hosts, either we can use -il, or if we have two or three IP addresses, then we can use directly by command. Like let's say I am entering random IP with genuine one. Then I know, let's say I going to load out something here around, because it rotates from 0 to 255. We cannot have more than 255. So whatever I wrote, so 241. So let's suppose we have IP addresses, like we have list of IP addresses which are more than these. So we can save it in file, and so we can use nmap -il. Of course, it's not going to give a proper result because two IP I entered was wrong, and it doesn't belong to any network. Right, so I will use just nmap-il space that IP address list, wherever it is, slash. It's going to run nmap on every IP address, and it will show the command. Also, it is not necessary that we put these IP addresses on file and scan it like this. If we have two or three IP addresses only to scan, we can directly use it. Like use just nmap space uh, whatever IP we have, that IP, and then write code IP, whatever. These are these will scan. It's going to scan these three IP addresses. It will give us result. Right. So to scan whole subnet, we can use like nmap. And let's say we have this, so we'll just remove it and put star. Either we can use this, or we can use like 0 to 255. It's going to work same. This star is known as wildcard, and it is going to scan all the IP addresses. Or one option also we have, we uses 0/24. This means that keep first three octet. One octet is of 8-bit, we know already, and uh, this 24 means keep first three octet constant, and scan this octet from 0 to 255. Right. Okay, so as we have seen that if we are scanning a whole subnet, and we have to exclude some IP addresses from that, so we can easily use nmap space IP like this. And I want to exclude uh, this dot 1 to 5, let's say. So I'll write hyphen hyphen exclude, and I'll write the IP address let's say I want to exclude music. I'm not going to enter and see the result because I'm not in the subnet of whole network. This is just a simple one IP address we have. I'll enter it. Also, it's going to just print one result for one IP address, and also it's going to take hell of sometime. It takes a lot of time. So we can see it has just scanned 3 to 7 and it changed to 1 due to DHCP server. DHCP is enabled in it, and it will assign IP. Now we have with Nmap, we can detect which operating system version is running on the system, and to do this, we just need to use dash or flag. Right? So let's suppose if I'm going to end this, that which operating system is running on this Metasploit. So I'm going to specify instance. Okay. So we have got the IP, sorry, we have got the operating system. It detected that it is running Linux kernel 2.6, something 2.6.20 ranges from 9 to 33, and it is one hop distance away. Right? Also, we can use dash a flag. It is aggressive scan, and it is going to use all default scripts, all TCP, SYN, scan, all version detection com combinedly. So you can just map space dash a, and we'll specify dash before, and then we'll just get it. Going to perform all scans like TCP, SYN scan, version detection scan, default script scan, and self scan. Taking a bit. Okay, so we have our result. As you can see, has done version detection scan. It has run default script. Only because of that we are able to see these steps. So as you can see, it has done uh, scan all scan on this port, that is FTP, right? Also SSH, we have SSH host key result here, and SMTP, right? These steps we can see. So these information are very useful if we are solving CTF. Like we can see that we have FTP version BSFTP 2.3.4. So we just what we are going to do, we will just copy this and we'll go to Google. I will show you. We just write exploit. It is going to search. We'll just go to Google and We'll just paste it and we search its exploit. As you can see, we have backdoor command execution, VSFTP 2.3.4 Unix remote. So we can find its exploit and we can exploit it. I'm not going to exploit it. Right? Also, we have SSH version OpenSSH 4.7 P1. We can also search if exploit of this version available, right? And we can use stuffs like that to root our uh, CTF box, whatever we are doing. So these were all about Nmap normal scans. Now we'll talk about some Nmap scripts. Nmap has its own scripting engine, that is NSE, which is known as Nmap Scripting Engine. It is in the file. Let me show you. Let's share. So we have these scripts available. We can also write our own scripts if we know Lua language. Right? So we can use these scripts to discover vulnerability in our target. Like we have SMB script smb1.nsc. Basically, NSC script is used to automate network scanning and network analysis for specific vulnerability. For example, we have heartbleed. Sorry for that. A heartbleed vulnerability, and for that we have heartbleed.nsc. You can see it by just doing grep. As you can see, we got result SSL heartbleed.nsc. This is used to scan heartbleed vulnerability in our target. We have Is ip.nsc script. If we are going to going to take information about BNC, this is not in the scope of this problem. Uh, we can use some SSH script to find vulnerability in our target when we are solving secrets. These are like we have SSH root. It is going to brute force on SSH of on target. Let's use this and let's see what just we just need to type dash dash script equal to script name and going to enable that script scan and then we'll get our result if it is vulnerable. So I'm just going to type Nmap is uh, dash script equals to that equal dash dot NAC, right? And then we'll specify our IP address. Changed to something, yes, changed to type it again. Dash dash script equals to SSH dash 2 and then we are getting 4,000 scan ports are closed. Oh, sorry, I just ran it on my own. I need to have 170. as you can see, it is continuously brute forcing on this particular target with set of username and passwords, and it is brute forcing on port 22, which is our SSH. So if default credentials as used in setting SSH, so this will give us password. I'm going to close it. So we can perform other scans like FTP enumeration, like HTTP enumeration, like DNS enumeration. We just have to see what scripts are available and we'll just launch it. Before that, we'll do simple nmap scan, nmap dash that IP address, and as we get these ports, so we can perform every script scan on this port separately and to gather more information about the target, so we can exploit it easily. Let's jump again. Uh, Nmap. So if you want a script for FTP enumeration, we'll just grab FTP and we'll get FTP. So these are scripts available for FTP enumeration, right? We have FTP brute force attack for VSFTPD backdoor, right? Also, if we want to enumerate assembly service, we'll just grab assembly and we'll get all assembly scripts that are available in Nmap. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to discuss anything about it, you can join Discord channel. I have put link in the description of this video. Okay then, have a great time. Goodbye.